Alright, we got all the equipment moved over, organized with the dump trucks, pickup trucks, not all the pickup trucks. Got the excavators over there, 2 skid steers, miscellaneous attachments, parts and oil, tires over there, some wood, scrap metal over here, trailers on this side here, the big wheel loader, so the triaxle dump truck. Got this area all cleaned up here to grade it out, and got the Skyjack, the man lift thing here. Looking pretty good. Be nice to put like an office building somewhere in here. Then a sort of repair covered building in here with some shipping containers. Big covered area so it stays dry and equipment doesn't get dirty. Engines don't get dirty if they're ripped open or something. And then got all the tools in that trailer, enclosed trailer right there, and the old track loader right in the corner. That skid steer needs to be repaired, hydraulic leak. That track loader needs gas tank cleaned out or a new one. That bigger excavator needs the pin put on for the blade, and the blade could have a steel plate and the blade kind of modified so it excavates, bulldozes better. The hydraulic thumb could be hooked up. That first pickup truck with the big wheels needs the tranny clutch plates replaced. The Dodge in the middle needs the front left caliper freed up or replaced. Oil leak from the front. Engine cover resealed. The box lifted up and the fuel tank gauge replaced. The truck to the right of it, the front 2 wheels have slow leaks because they're aluminum. Rims they get corroded. The dump truck to the right of that, the exhaust needs a bit of work. It's could have a muffler put back on it. It's pretty loud, and it's just straight pipe right now. And some seals around the turbo are leaking, or the exhaust manifolds coming out of the engine because they don't come with the gaskets on them. The top kick beside it, the back right tail light needs to be replaced, needs the cover, and the exhaust where the exhaust clamp where it hooks up to the turbo needs to be replaced. And the back calipers, back right one, could be taken apart and re-lubricated. The triaxle and the board on the one side of that top kick has to be have the piece of wood screwed together because it ripped apart. Triaxle needs those tent post covers, kind of small tents. They're okay, but they're a bit Mickey Mouse. Triaxle, what else does that need? The engine brake could be replaced. That would be nice. What else? The doors, the right-hand door, the lock, it's got to be the cylinder refiled so the key can fit in it. Some of the mud flaps could be fixed up or replaced. The hanger for the drive shaft, it's a bit loose, it could be replaced. And it could be a hole that could be patched in the floor. There is a wireless camera put in it. It could be wired up so it turns on when the truck turns on. And the wireless cameras, backup cameras, are not as high quality picture as the ones you run a wire right to the back. Was the first wireless one I got for a dump truck. So you know, next time I'll get a wired one. All the trucks could have them on there. So when you're hooking up a trailer, you don't have to. Sometimes you make it perfect when you hook the pintle hitch up. Sometimes you spend what seems like 20 minutes trying to hook it up with the hitch lined up to the trailer properly. The front end loader, the front right tire, it's got a slow leak on it. The oil from the engine, it's leaking quite a bit, but it runs perfect. Not a lot, but maybe the vent for the top of the engine is clogged up and could be cleaned out. Oh yeah, that excavator, the big one there, the radiator and hydraulic cooler, it's got to be cleaned. The fan shroud taken off and cleaned good so it doesn't overheat. And this hydraulic, the skid steer, the hydraulics for the steering, it's got when you're driving it down the road, it slowly starts, the steering wheel, to keep it straight on the road, slowly starts moving in one direction. And the boom for the bucket slowly goes down. So there's a couple hydraulic leaks on that could be fixed. Pressure wash first, cleaned up. See what it is. The trailer beside it, the Big Tex trailer, the big float trailer. Ramps could be beefed up at the back, reinforced, because they put that big track loader on it and crumpled them. It could have a toolbox or a one in the V part where the tire is, spare tire, and like a cover. Can't really put a cover with the tire there, or just a hanging one that you can take on and off that you hook up to the front of the trailer, right behind the spare tire. Or you can hang your chains and your binders on there, and maybe some sort of toolbox where you put your straps. Really, all the trucks, those two dump trucks, could have toolboxes on them too, so you don't have to put them inside the cab all the time. The triaxle trailer to the right of it, those ramps, they could be welded to the back of the trailer, so they're always on the trailer and pointing up like the car trailer beside it. The ramps are strapped down at the front of it. It's already got a toolbox at the front, could have a cover. One of the tires is a bit worn down, it could be replaced. The car trailer, the axles are not wide enough. They could be stronger axles too. Heavier duty tires on it. At least widen the axles, because there's not much clearance between the frame and the tires. One tire is rubs when you drive it. In the middle, inner wall of it. And right-hand side, it got messed up because the tire popped off and fell off when I was taking the Skyjack to get it charged just over at the other yard here. I didn't really care about it, so I know it's gonna have to be fixed anyways, and I knew this had to be charged and taken over there. That was the only way. That dump truck, the Ford too, it could have a new bed put in it, or some patches at least. Probably some patches would be perfect. Got the metal over here. And this dump trailer, it could have a heavy duty bed put in it. It can be reinforced, bit of the frame, had a patch put in it. It could be fixed up a bit more. Doors could be fixed up so they open and close nice, and there's no gap at the bottom, so no aggregates fall out. You sometimes have to put a piece of wood so fine aggregates don't fall out, like sand or something. And the fenders could be straightened up too. Big old plane up there. This truck over here needs the alternator taken off around there to put some clamps on some hoses for the antifreeze after I rebuilt the engine. It's supposed to be clampless fittings for rubber hoses, but it didn't work too well. It works when you put a clamp on it, so if you ever use those with the rivets on them, that clamp is a good idea. You certainly don't want it to leak. If this was a soil screener here, that could be kind of either salvage any metal I could use or try and set it up and use it, or just scrap metal it. That chain link fence is good. The other piece of fence is good. Those fence posts are good. That plywood and stuff, the garbage stuff can go to the dump. Same with that garbage can. And those posts, they are good. This Skyjack, there's a small hydraulic leak for the steering. That little hose can be replaced when the hose for that skid steer, if there's one needs to be replaced, gets done. And this can be painted, make it look nice, maybe gray or something. At least paint this thing orange, repaint it orange up here. For us to do. Bunch of different slops of paint on here. The skid steer with the tracks on it, the one track section of it you can take out to tighten it. That can be done. And that track skid steer, the idler, one squeaks really loud and one is got quite a bit of play in it. Those forks there need one part welded, or you hook down your secure hooks on the skid steer. One of them broke off. That could be re-welded. That tamper there, it only goes in reverse. Diesel plate tamper for the tires. That could be fixed. The pressure washer tank there, it's water, it could be filled up. Nice to have a big reservoir tank of water around here too. And have like, you could have a shower in the office building, a little couch or kitchen too, maybe a toilet. And all the frames on the trucks could be painted, sprayed. Trailers can always be updated, painted, keep them looking good. Loader was just painted. The skid steer on the left there, could use a bit of paint. It's looking a bit used. the bigger excavator. It could either be pressure washed or have some touch-up paint on it too. It's always nice to put just touch-up paint on it, make the stuff look good. Nothing worse than driving something that looks worn down. Doesn't feel as good. And that big triaxle trailer, the back left indicator light on the side, it keeps popping out. Makes the hole's a bit too big. You can have a zip tie or something, wire, to keep that from popping out. The hood on the triaxle truck at the front left, it's a bit bent and broken. So the hood's kind of on an angle, that could be fixed. The board on the right hand side, half of it is open, half of it's closed. The half that's on there, it could be rebolted and secured to the frame box of the truck because it got a bit messed up last time it was loaded. And the tailgate latch, it could be freed up and loosened up because right now it gets air to it, but it's seized and it doesn't open and close. It could have a trailer hitch on it, put on it too. Everything could have lights on it, more lights. More lights is always nice. Have you ever worked in the dark? The lights on that skid steer with the wheels and the tracks, the headlights, they need to be checked out. The wiring is, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, line up some jobs, get them going, and some more money coming in, complete those jobs. And some retaining walls with armor stone, and excavating or grading. Might be some patio for interlocking jobs. Try and keep away from those because you're just one person doing it. It's way easier using machines than your body. Your body just starts deteriorating. The machines, they're not attached to you. You don't need it every day for the rest of your life, so they're good. You just have to fix them up. Either way, you gotta put some money or energy into it. And then, yeah, an office building set up, and then everything tuned up. There's another dually Duramax truck too here, 4x4 at the house, and that's getting the head gaskets replaced and floor patched up, bit of body work, and that'll be out here too. And the other Chevy pickup truck 2007 needs the power steering pump replaced. Really stiff steering, so that's gonna be done too. And a few other cars, residential cars, oil leak on Mercedes SUV, Blue Tack. It's gotta be checked out. Regular oil changes. That other truck too, the frame can be sprayed. And the Toyota Highlander, the rear differential is leaking a bit. Check that out. See if it's major or minor. It's not major right now because it hasn't been fixed, so just keep an eye on it. Check it out. Only do what's priority because there's so much stuff that I just listed out that would take you a really long time to do it all at once, and you'd probably get bored doing it. So whatever's priority, you try and keep it running as it is too. So yeah, so all started with not much, nothing. That truck there, that blue one with the big wheels on it. Used to scrap metal with that, cut grass with it. And yeah, we'll save stories from another day. But yeah, an office building here, got a workshop, big covered area over here. So whenever you can do one vehicle at a time and have it being repaired and it's covered, and so you don't have to try and rush and do it. Do it on between jobs, free time. Because if you're one person, you're doing everything. I'm doing everything. And along with, extra pair of hands here and there. But to have some employees and full-time work, I wouldn't want to really do that without having sort of an office set up out here. That'd be good, more organized, separated from your house. It's nice not to have an office where you sleep. It can drive you crazy if you're doing that all the time. Do it when you first start out, but if you don't want to have it there and it's getting to you, then this would be a great spot. And have employees, if they are working in the office too. If you're doing office work, then they'd be out here, at the yard, the office, and not working at your own house or have nowhere to have them work. So that'd be great. And this is a very big yard. It's way bigger than the last one I had. Massive, pretty cool. It's massive, but it's not. But yeah, very nice spot right here in the city. Right on the outside of the city too, because you have so much wildlife and nature. River going along there, a bunch of hiking trails out there. The city right here, the gravel pit right here. Imagine that. You have the gravel pit right here at your yard. Pretty cool. The security gate up there, put up some security cameras, some LED lights around too. Oh yeah. Could use this to set up a huge spotlight too, LED spotlight. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Let's head on down. The other thing is having a on-site fuel tank here, other than the one in the back of that truck right now, the transfer tank, and set up an account with the fuel company to have them come and fill it up with dyed fuel to use in the machines. Reduce fuel costs that way, and maybe even the clear diesel for the road vehicles might be more cost effective doing that as well.